The new Russian light tank line coming into World of Tanks Blitz is scheduled to release in Update 8.7. Now, judging that we are currently sitting at Update 8.6, that's actually not too far away at all. Probably within the next month or 2 months, you will be seeing this vehicle rolling around in the battlefield. Now, we already know about the other tanks in the line. The LTG, just like on World of Tanks PC, is a Tier 7 light, and then we've got the T-54 lightweight, and then we got this, the Object 84. There's a big difference between Blitz and PC. World of Tanks PC, the Tier 9 light tanks are actually all of the Tier 8 light tanks in Blitz. So the T-49, RU-251, and T-54 lightweight on World of Tanks PC are actually Tier 9s. So what Wargaming had to do is create a whole new vehicle to add in as a Tier 9 light for Blitz. And the Object 84 is what they created. This is one funky looking vehicle. Very low to the down, similar looking, as you can tell, to a T-92E1. A lot of you are probably not going to be super excited about that design with your big caliber guns. But we're going to be breaking into all these statistics, the armor profile, and everything you're going to need to know about this vehicle in today's video. So let's start off with the statistics, with the damage per minute, reload time, and everything else. So the DPM is actually pretty nice. This is fully equipped running gun rammer. And as you can see, the DPM at 2,796 is actually quite a bit. Obviously, if you're running calibrated, you're going to be sitting around 2,500 damage per minute, but this is plenty to rip into the enemy opponents. It carries 310 damage per shot, very similar to the other Russian mediums and lights, like the 62A and obviously the T-54. And the penetration, well, yeah, pretty bad. 219 millimeters on the standard and 270 on the premium. Now, the premium is AP ammunition, which is nice. Unfortunately, it's only 270 millimeters, which means that you're really going to struggle to cut through enemy opponents. Vehicles like the E100, the E75, or really any other super heavily armored vehicle, frontally, good luck. You might even want to run calibrated on this tank just so you have a chance of cutting through E100 turrets and superstructures, because, yeah, it's not going to be great on the penetration. Now, dispersion and aiming time is very nice. 0.322 dispersion with an aiming time of 3.1 seconds. That is plenty to snap shells into your opponents. I don't know the on-movement dispersion values, but judging that this is a light tank, they will probably be very, very nice. Gun depression is only 5 degrees, but as I said, this is a very low down tank. As you can clearly see here, this is probably the same height as a T-92E1. So what that means is you're probably not really going to have to worry about gun depression as you're already very close to the ground as it is. Now, mobility goes 65 kilometers per hour forward and a massive 25 in reverse, so very fast tank. It averages 40 kilometers per hour with a power to weight ratio of 24.4. So it's fast, it's got a great average speed, and it only weighs 23 tons. Now, that is going to bring in one issue. Do not play this thing aggressive. If there are vehicles like E50Ms on the enemy team or something that has the ability to ram you, oh, you know it is going to hurt a lot, specifically in this tank. I mean, the Sheridan weighs around 16 tons, and that thing is one of the easiest tanks to bully because of how little it weighs. Turret traverse rate at 51 degrees a second is great, and the hull traverse as well at 65. Obviously, it's a light tank, so you don't need to worry about mobility on this vehicle. It's a very fast tank. Terrain crossing capacity as well, very decent terrain resistance. So it will be a very, very fast tank. Hit points at 1700, that's quite a bit. And the armor, well, that's what we're going to be breaking into in just a moment. Also, view range at 302 meters, that's quite a bit as well. The spotting mechanics that are going to be on the Tier 10, where if you shoot an opponent, they are spotted for 20 seconds compared to the normal 10 the Vickers Light or any other vehicle would see, well, that's also going to apply to this vehicle, which is going to make it a heck of a lot stronger. The ability to keep opponents spotted for 20 seconds could be breaking the balance of the game. I mean, tungsten shells is something that should not have already been brought into the game, but this is something that's a little different because this is a literal game mechanic changer. Now, in Tier 9 games, you could literally just spot somebody, and judging that they don't know the new mechanics, because there are people that don't watch YouTube or don't pay attention, I can tell you for a fact that there will be people that just now sit out in the open and die. So this is going to be great for certain players that love lights, but I can tell you as a fact that playing against skilled players is going to be a lot more painful when they are using these two Russian lights. Now, looking wise, it looks pretty cool. As I said, it's sort of similar to the T-92E1 on that upper plate, but it obviously has that Russian look to it. I have not found a similar looking vehicle in the Russian catalogs of vehicles, so let me know in the comments down below if this is an actual real tank design. But yeah, I haven't found anything myself, but it is a very peculiar looking tank. Object 84. Weird tank. Now, armor-wise, this is aiming at it with a WZ-121. As you can see, the frontal armor is very poor. Even with an FE-301, which is on the second picture here, it's poor. I mean, the frontal plate's only about 150 thick, probably, so you're going to pen this every time. However, you'll notice the sides, at this picture here, and the upper plate are an auto ricochet. That is a bit scary. Just like the Concept 1B, that means that if you hit that shell, let's say you're using a big caliber gun, a 150, if you hit this upper plate, or you hit this here, you're going to ricochet. So you better aim in your shells. It also looks like the lower part of this vehicle has quite a bit of angled armor. Obviously, I don't know the hull of this tank yet. We'll have to wait until Armor Inspector does release the armor, obviously. But yeah, there's red under those tracks. So I don't know if it's angled, but it looks quite troll. Turret armor-wise, it doesn't really have any. You can clearly see that here. It's not great on the turret. You're not really going to bounce anything. And again, over on the hull, it actually does look like it's angled. I can't tell, but this picture clearly shows that it does lap a little bit down. So this might be angled. You're going to have to be very, very careful. But yeah, turret armor, it's going to be troll. There will be spots like this here that's a little red. There's spots all over. But for the most part, if you just aim at the cheeks of this vehicle, you're probably going to pen every single time, which is very similar to the T100LT. So this is the Russian light tank, the Object 84. It's a very weird looking vehicle, and I don't know how it's going to perform yet when it comes in the Blitz. It looks very strong. It's got enough mobility, enough DPM, and it seems like that new spotting mechanic added on with all of this is going to make it fantastic. Now, camouflage-wise, Wargaming's values, as you can see here, I didn't bring up because they are always wrong. Wargaming's in-game statistics for camouflage, and you can check this yourself. Statistically posted, Wargaming says the Grill has better camouflage than the Waffenträger, which we know is not true. It's not even remotely close to true. So when you want to check camouflage statistics, go to Blitzhanger because they are way correct compared to Blitz. So that's why I'm not going over these statistics yet on the camouflage. But what I can tell you is, judging that the T100LT has the best camouflage in Tier 10, currently in its testing state, I can also very confirmedly say that this tank will also have probably the best camouflage for a Tier 9 light in the game compared to the Baschation, the Vickers CR, and the T92E1. But there's only one way to find out, and that is when this vehicle is released. Obviously, if you enjoyed today's video and you would like to see more content like this, please consider smashing that subscribe button down below. It takes a lot of time and effort to get this information out for you guys. So yeah, please consider smashing that subscribe button. But other than that, stay happy, stay healthy, and I'll be seeing you in the next one. Bye-bye!